Welcome to the AT&T Center in San Antonio, Texas, as we get centered. And the San Antonio Spurs taking on Zach Randolph and the Sacramento Kings. As we get things started, Jeff, who on the Spurs do you think they need to keep an eye out for here tonight?
I am absolutely tired of people running down Pau Gasol over his alleged softness. Give me a soft guy that gets you 20 and 10, and I'll take it every single time. He is a machine in the low post with his low post fundamentals and footwork, can score with either hand. And then what I like is he's added that 17 to 20-foot jump shot. Plus, he's now stepping to the corners to shoot threes. This guy is so hard to guard, and he's a willing passer.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Kings have built a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Sacramento Kings. The Spurs have yet to appear after one half of basketball. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also not likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Bench points.
The San Antonio Spurs had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Here's a look at the numbers.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
These are some of the games on today's NBA schedule. The Western Conference standings take on a whole new meaning with the playoffs in sight. The third quarter is about to get started. We give it back now to Mike and Jeff. The Kings won this matchup with a significant margin. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Sacramento Kings. The Spurs are no longer suffering through what was a big-time blowout. And every team in this league loses games. You just don't want to lose them like this. I can already see a players-only meeting in their future. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Assists.
These guys walked in with the game plan, and they walked out with the win. And these highlights, they tell even more of the story. And here we've got the game stats for you.
Player of the game.
I like this choice because he really put on the show in this game. There's a reason he's a fan favorite. Let's check out his stats.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the NBA matchup scheduled for today. With the playoffs around the corner, here are the Western Conference standings. Here in the final third of the season, on behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.